Interested in getting tickets to a concert or sporting event? Use SeatGeek and get $20 off on your next purchase with promo code OBERSPORTS. That's OBERSPORTS, OBERSPORTS.
What's going on, guys? Jacob Ober here. So, we have got some huge Milwaukee Brewers news to talk about today. If you haven't already heard, Christian Yelich is expected to agree to a 7-year, $200+ million contract extension in Milwaukee. I'm using 7 years here because that's the one I've seen the most, the number I've seen the most from most of the MLB's beat writers, but I don't know exactly how long it's going to be. So I've seen other sources say 9 years, some even say 10 years with a club option. I don't know exactly how long it's going to be, but the big thing here is that Christian Yelich is going to be a Brewer for the next probably 10 years or so, until at least the year 2030. So I'm going to be 30 years old the next time Christian Yelich is going to be up for free agency or retires or whatever. That's just so awesome that the Brewers are going to have this guy for a decade. Another decade. That's just amazing. I'm so excited about this because I was honestly, I had seen everything that Yelich has said about, liking Milwaukee and loving the fans and everything like that. But, in baseball, especially when there are just these absolutely massive contracts handed out to players, I honestly didn't really expect the Brewers to be able to pull off something like this, and Christian Yelich to at the same time, agree to and stay in Milwaukee and everything like that. But for this to happen, I was like, this makes the Brewers, a lot of people were thinking, they have a window, they have to win by 2022 or else Yelich is gone and then everything starts over again. That window to me just got extended to the next decade. That's amazing. That's huge for the Brewers. And yeah, it might limit them slightly financially for the next 10 years or so, but I mean, hey, if the Brewers have to go through a minor rebuild at some point, they're going to have Yelich here for the long haul. They're going to have another opportunity with him at some point. They're going to be able to build their farm system back up again. It's currently the worst in the majors, but they're going to be able to build it back up again. Right now, I still think that they could possibly be a contender this year, so their window as of right now is still not closed to me, but the fact is that that window, if it does close in the next year or two, it's going to reopen back up at some point, provided that the Brewers, do the things that they've done and build up their farm system again, and they're going to have another shot at it with Yelich at some point. And that's what makes me really excited, because especially for a small market, you don't get a whole lot of shots, but to have, that extra insurance of having one of the best players in baseball for the next 10 years so that you can, formulate a plan around, this one player and have so many options available to you all this time to be able to, kind of put together another World Series caliber team. Now, some people might say the Brewers could be even World Series caliber this year. Some, of course, probably aren't saying that, but I still do think there's a glimmer of hope for Milwaukee this year. But this guarantees that there's going to be at least one more, in my opinion, 2018 season for Milwaukee with Christian Yelich in as a part of this organization, and it's kind of reminiscent of Braun as well. I mean, obviously Braun regressed after the whole PED scandal and everything like that. But we still ended up getting another chance with Braun as a major player on this team. So that's just really what makes me super excited. And I bet the chances that Christian Yelich gets caught for PEDs and regresses substantially aren't that great. And I'm just so happy that we got this guy. For a small market like Milwaukee to have two huge superstars like Yelich and Giannis here, and to have one of those guys locked up for the next decade now, that's massive. And this summer we could be looking at Giannis another 5-10 years in Milwaukee as well, signing that supermax deal. So this town, this city, Milwaukee, is going to be set sports wise for the next decade or so after this summer, provided that Giannis signs that supermax deal. So, anyways, guys, I just wanted to share that huge news with you. Really happy about this. Really glad the Brewers got their core player locked down. Their great all-time player locked down. And I honestly think, this almost guarantees that Yelich is going to end up being an all-time great Milwaukee Brewer, provided that he at least plays, almost or close to the level that he has the past 2 years. I mean, he's going to put up a lot of numbers in Milwaukee. He's probably going to find himself on the top of a lot of all-time lists and leaderboards by the time he retires. Hopefully he retires as a Brewer, too, just like Braun is planning on doing. And, it's kind of an end of one era, beginning of a new, too, with the Brewers. I mean, Braun is probably going to retire this year. This year, Yelich signs an extension into the 2030s. So it's ushering in a new era for the Brewers, and it's really, really exciting. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Obersports41512 and on Instagram username Jacob_Ober, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Crew.